right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Tonight, a volunteer football coach shot in front of his team. A parent talking about what he witnessed.
More warmth tomorrow, a strong cold front Friday. I'll time out the rain and storm chances.
But first tonight, a showing of solidarity in St. Louis.
We're not okay, and we need your support.
Hundreds of people gathering together, singing and praying for Israel. Tonight, Israel is massing its troops and weapons on the border with the Gaza Strip with widespread anticipation on a ground invasion that could happen at any time. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. For the 5th day since Hamas' surprise attack, rockets fill the air between Gaza and Israel. Tonight, we know at least 24 Americans are dead. Dozens are still missing. Some are being held hostage. Today, President Biden reaffirmed his support of Israel and vowed to bring Americans home.
Folks, there's a lot we're doing. A lot we're doing. I have not given up hope of bringing these folks home. But the idea that I'm going to stand here before you and tell you what I'm doing is bizarre.
The president also issued a warning to Iran, a longtime ally of Hamas, to be careful of its involvement. Tonight, hundreds of people in the St. Louis Jewish community gathered in solidarity.
Many in attendance have family and friends who have joined the war effort. Laura Barczewski is live at the JCC in Creve Coeur, where heartache filled the room. Laura.
Mike and Ann, everyone I spoke to tonight has some sort of connection to the conflict in Israel and felt compelled to be here to support each other, as many of them are taking it hour by hour, praying that their family and friends overseas are still alive. The lives of Jewish people around the world changed in an instant as Hamas launched heartbreaking attacks on Israel.
Israel changed forever. The entire Middle East changed forever. Some people would even say that the whole world changed forever.
On Wednesday, the St. Louis Jewish community stood together in solidarity, praying and singing.
And I'm lighting this candle for all the people that are being held as hostages in Gaza.
5 small flames represented hundreds of people's support for each and every person facing conflict in Israel.
An attack on the state of Israel is an attack on all Jewish people. It is an attack on our hearts and our souls.
Megan Applebaum says this conflict is extremely hard to watch from afar.
It can be really isolating to be Jewish right now, especially when you're unable to help directly with everything that's going on.
Many feel attacked on all fronts.
We're not okay, and we need your support.
As they even fight hate and anti-Semitism right here at home.
In the past year in the United States, anti-Semitism was at its highest recorded level since we started recording this. There's always a level of fear and concern that exists.
Consul General Mayor Elbaz Storinsky shared an update from the Israel Defense Forces saying hundreds of reserve soldiers have joined the fight.
Just as we've prevailed over all this atrocity throughout history, we will prevail over this atrocity together.
And this love that filled the room even thousands of miles away makes a difference.
Tiny flames of remembrance and hope. Together, we can and must keep those flames burning, determined that they will shine brightly once again.
The Jewish Federation of St. Louis has joined many other federations in a fundraising effort to raise $500 million to send to the front lines. We'll have a link on ksdk.com if you'd like to help. Reporting live in Creve Coeur, Laura Barczewski, 5 on Your Side.
Local Palestinian Americans are also praying for peace tonight. Since the fighting began over the weekend, Saddam and Malad Hamed have been glued to their phones, staying up to date on the fighting and checking in on their loved ones who are living in the West Bank.
I hope everything goes back and it starts being in peace all over, you know.
I'm sure there's Israelis, I'm sure there's Palestinians that would love to live in peace like they lived for hundreds of years in Jerusalem and those parts. They've lived, you know, for hundreds of years peacefully. I mean, make it a one state.
Both Saddam and Malad made it clear Islam does not condone the killing of innocent people regardless of religion.
This weekend, the dome of the Missouri State Capitol in Jefferson City will be lit in blue and white in honor of the Israeli and Americans killed in the attacks. The tribute will start with the weekly Jewish Sabbath at sunset on Friday and end at sunrise on Sunday. Tonight, we're hearing again from a St. Louis teacher trapped in the war-torn country. Madison Pines moved to Jerusalem in August. The 22-year-old Marquette High School graduate teaches English to elementary school students. Right now, she's sheltering in place in her apartment as her parents work to get her home safe.
It is terrifying. In the blink of a second, my worst nightmare came true. My parents have been working around the clock to try to find a way home for me, find a safe ride to the airport. And so just really working to make sure I am safe on top of being nervous and stressed out that I'm in an active war zone.
Pine says she's been spending her time making care packages for Israeli soldiers. You can read the latest on the Israel-Hamas war on KSDK.com. For a link to our stories, just text the word Israel to 314-425-5355.
Tonight, a volunteer football coach is in the hospital after a shooting right at the youth football practice. It happened last night at Sherman Park in North St. Louis near Kings Highway and MLK Drive. 5 on your side's Robert Townsend talked to witnesses tonight.
1 minute, Dorian Ortiz says he was watching his daughter enjoy cheerleading practice at Sherman Park, but within moments,
we heard like 4 or 5 shots.
Many ran for cover after hearing the gunfire at the North St. Louis Park. But Ortiz and other parents ran and saw Shaquille O'Shea, a volunteer football coach, had been shot.
So we all shoot up the hill, see what's going on. We see a man shot multiple times in the stomach, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted the guys try to, at least let's get him out of here.
Police say shortly after 7 Tuesday night, the 30-year-old O'Shea and another man got into an argument when the suspect shot the coach near the football field in front of players and parents.
It's the problem of young men really don't know how to control their temper.
Sherman Park is behind Wold Recreation Center. For more than 50 years, the center has provided sports and other activities for kids year-round.
That's why I was a little upset more than I was a shocker, because this is a safe haven. It's where everybody's supposed to come, even parents, to relax.
A source tells me there were several dozen young students out here practicing with their coaches at the time of the shooting. After the crime, police say the 43-year-old suspect walked inside their North Patrol Division station and turned himself in.
That indicates that he has remorse for what he did. This is an exception, not the rule. But it's still traumatic for the children.
Community leaders say Shaquille O'Shea has been a popular football coach and role model for kids for many years. For the past 2 years, he's volunteered with the city's City Rec Legends program.
Yeah, I hope he just pulled through, because the kids need him.
Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
The Urban League is now offering counseling for those who witnessed the shooting at its headquarters on North Kings Highway. That's tomorrow from 5:15 to 7:30 p.m. Tonight, St. Louis police are investigating 2 separate shootings in the Dutchtown neighborhood in South City. We now know a 19-year-old man was shot and killed in an alley off Osage in Louisiana around 7 last night. About 10 hours later, a man was shot in the back just a few blocks down near Keokuk in Louisiana. His condition is not known. Anyone with information on either shooting, please call Crime Stoppers. You can remain anonymous. The number is 866-371-TIPS.
Tonight, the St. Louis Reparations Commission met and is now asking for new recommendations before the end of the year. Since forming back in March, the commission has collected data on inequalities, including income, education, healthcare, and more. Now it's looking for more feedback about what direct payments to Black residents would look like. The next in-person meeting will be October 28th. Tonight, we're getting an inside look at renovations underway inside the old courthouse in downtown St. Louis.
The $24.5 million project is the last phase of massive improvements at the Gateway Arch National Park. Brent Solomon is live tonight with more on the changes underway. Brent.
And it's out with the old, in with the new. And just imagine showcasing the history of the old St. Louis courthouse, but preserving its character on a building that made its mark on history.
In our own backyard, history was made here. The old courthouse, the site of the first 2 trials in the Dred Scott cases back in the mid-1800s, as the couple fought for freedom. It's why the Gateway Arch Park Foundation has an important goal in mind.
and ensure that we're always learning from the past so that it can inform our future.
Every one of these rooms has had a major investment.
Wednesday afternoon, we got an inside look at the work to make that a reality. Now closed to the public, a major transformation is underway, making the old courthouse more accessible.
For the first time in this building's history, people with mobility issues or challenges can use this elevator to get from the first to the second floor.
There will be new, modern exhibits.
This gallery will provide that context for what was going on in St. Louis during that time,
as well as safety upgrades.
So replacing the HVAC, fire suppression, the water, the electric, making sure everything's up to code, modernized.
The work started in February. Less than a year into the 2-year renovation, crews are discovering what they never knew existed.
You can see these vaulted brick ceilings. We had no idea these were here. There's a lot of things we found as we were digging underground, old piping, old historic features that were really cool.
Combining the old with the new to showcase St. Louis history to the world.
We're really pleased with the progress being made.
Now, renovations are expected to be finished, with the public being able to access and view the new facility come spring or summer of 2025. Live downtown tonight, Brent Solomon, 5 on your side.